Hi everyone, we have a new project which you've received your bag already, and we are doing mixed media vases. And so there's a bunch of items in your bag, um, and I'm just going to walk through a couple of the steps and show you my sample. You have another sample in your bag as well that's on the sheet of paper that I always get from the internet to kind of give you inspiration and ideas. And this is a cup, the vase that I created, which is which is like yours, the same shape, and it has a little bit of primer on it, and that's going to help hold the paint instead of you just going straight onto glass. It grips it a little bit. So what we have in the bag is some little metal pieces which come in a bag with a variety of things, gears and keys and different things, which are meant for collages. And also you have some seashells and some clay pieces. The clay pieces are already pre-cut for you, and it's kind of the floral theme with some leaves and little flowers and maybe some stars. So the first step that you're going to do is, if you decide you're going to use the little pieces of tissue paper in your bag, that would be for decoupage. And what I did on this one is I took, instead of just pasting a square on, I just cut kind of a sliver to make it a little less intentional, and just kind of put some, just glued it on. You have an Elmer's glue pen in your bag, so what you're going to want to do with that is you're going to, for the tissue paper for the decoupage, you want to mix it with just a little bit of water so it's more like a Mod Podge. Put it on the back, and then put the paper on, and then brush a little bit on the top as well, so it's going to stick really flush onto the glass and not be lumpy. And so the second step, or first step if you're not using decoupage, which you don't have to, just get a base color on there. Get some paint. So you have your regular color strips, but you also have a strip that has some metallic blue and gold. And what I did for the base is I put the blue on, and I love how it kind of settled over the white, and some areas were a little darker and some areas were opaque. It kind of gives you that kind of ocean feel to me, or the sky. It was really pretty. And it's metallic paint, so it paints on just a little bit different, a different look. Although I don't see this as overly shiny, it's really pretty. And what I did after that on mine is I took that gold metallic paint and just put a bunch on the brush and let some of it drip down the glass, and it almost looks a little bit marbled. I thought that was a really cool look. I love the blue and gold together. So after that, you just go crazy with your mixed media and the different things that you have. So the clay pieces could be fun if you want to have flowers, but also the shells. I put everything on here just to give a good sample of what everything looks like. But in reality, for a piece like this, I would want to pick maybe either more floral or more nautical, maybe have some shells and some gold and some of this pretty jute rope that looks really good with the shells and everything. And that's also in your bag. So decide what you want to do. You can mix the theme too and have the flowers and shells, but it's up to you, and have fun with it. If you're going to wrap the rope around there, don't get carried away with putting items on there, because you may not have much room to wrap. But anyway, have fun with it. The Elmer's glue will work for the clay. Some of the heavier pieces of clay, you may have to give it a few minutes and maybe even lie it on its side while it's drying, but it does work. This was just Elmer's glue, and it's on pretty steady. I could almost pick it up by the piece of clay. So at the end, it's just kind of like a mixed media collage, and it could be something really pretty. You could use these vases. You could put water and actually have a bouquet in there. Just be very careful, cleaning it, because eventually the water could, this will deteriorate after a while if you keep washing it and stuff. Using it with water, but it's also really good for a dry bouquet. You could stick it on a small table with some of the dried baby's breath and some areca leaves that you don't really need water for. They just kind of sit there and look pretty. So whatever you want to use it for. Have fun with it, and I hope I see you all soon. Take care.